Hello. This story was sent by our subscriber. I understand that it is quite ambiguous, but given his request, we decided to publish it anyway. Write in the comments everything you think about this story, its author, and our channel.
Hey there folks, the name's Jake Smith and I'm a long-haul trucker straight out of Texas. My life's a mix of endless roads, sprawling landscapes, and those mesmerizing city lights. Each day I meet new faces, roll through different towns, and feel like I'm the king of the road. But amidst all this, there's always been one constant in my life, my wife, Emma. She's the light of my life in this sea of asphalt and diesel. We met back in college when I was just dreaming about hitting the road, and she was my source of inspiration and support. Fast forward a bunch of years, we've built a family, got ourselves a cozy home in a quiet suburb, and every evening we'd sit on the porch, watching the sunset and swapping stories about our day. I always tried to be the best husband and father I could be, but sometimes work demanded more of my time than I wanted to give. One day I came home unexpectedly, wanting to surprise Emma. I grabbed a bouquet of flowers and quietly tiptoed to our bedroom window, hoping to catch her reaction to my unexpected return. But what I saw there, boy, it blew my mind. There were these strange sounds coming from inside, moans that I'd never heard from Emma before. My heart skipped a beat, and I peered into the room to see what was going on. What I saw there, I tell ya, it shook me to the core. On our very own bed, Emma was tangled up with another man. They were half naked, locked in a passionate embrace, like I didn't even exist. I felt a surge of pain and anger coursing through me. I wanted to believe it was all just a nightmare, but the reality was cruel. The scene unfolding before my eyes was like something out of a steamy movie, their passionate kisses, caresses, naked bodies entwined in a frenzy of passion. I couldn't believe that Emma, my wife, would cheat on me right under my nose in our own bedroom. I stood there, frozen in shock, unable to move or utter a word. All I could do was watch them, as if from a distance. After what felt like an eternity, I snapped back to reality. My first instinct was to barge into the room and confront the bastard who dared to touch my wife, but reason prevailed over the primal urge, and instead I turned and slowly left the house. My mind was clouded with vague thoughts of divorce and separation, but I couldn't even begin to think about them at that moment. Upon arriving at the truck stop, I immediately got in touch with my lawyer to discuss the details of divorce. I felt like my life had crumbled in a matter of minutes, and I didn't know how to move forward. My heart was shattered, and I felt utterly lost and alone in this vast world. But a week later, something strange happened. I found myself strangely aroused by the memories of that night. At first I dismissed the idea. How could pain and betrayal evoke arousal? But as I delved deeper into my emotions, I realized it was more than just physical arousal. It was a strange mix of passion, jealousy, and excitement. I started spending my days immersed in fantasies. Thoughts of my wife pleasuring another man consumed me. I spent hours behind the wheel of my truck, imagining various scenarios, envisioning her passionately embracing him, moaning with pleasure under his touch. It was a strange and bewildering realization, but I couldn't shake the feeling. My fantasies led me to the realization that I was a cuckold, and my wife was a hot wife. The thought excited me beyond measure, and I couldn't wait to get back home. When I returned, Emma greeted me with tears of remorse. She apologized for the pain she caused me, swore she loved only me, and tried to explain that it was all just a mistake. But I knew better. I told her about my fantasies and suggested we restart our sexual life in a new format as a husband, cuckold, wife, hot wife trio. At first she didn't believe me. She thought I was trying to provoke her, but I was persistent, using tenderness, affection, and masculine assertiveness to persuade her to give it a try. And eventually she agreed to give it a shot. The next day I found her a unicorn on a dating site. We met at a cafe, discussed all the details and headed home. I felt a mix of excitement and nervousness, as this time it was for real. And there I was again, standing by the window, watching as my wife pleasured another man. But this time it wasn't betrayal, it was consent, a mutual agreement to explore new territories in our marriage. In the days that followed, we talked a lot, opened up to each other emotionally, and realized how much we meant to each other. We had been through so much, but we managed to keep our love alive and grow closer to each other. And here I am, feeling free and empowered as Emma brings a new lover into our home. It's become a part of our life, our reality, and I'm ready to embrace this game where there's no room for fear or jealousy. I've realized that our marriage has become stronger because we've learned to trust each other, to be open and honest with one another. We've been through a lot, but we've managed to keep our love alive and grow closer to each other. I'm glad that my story has such a happy ending because it proves that love can conquer any obstacle, even the toughest trials. So here it is, a story about our family's incredible journey through pain and change to acceptance of ourselves and each other. We've opened up new horizons in our marriage and realized the importance of being open to new possibilities and adventures, even if they may seem strange or unusual. So folks, if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember it's never too scary to embrace something new, and it's never too late for change. Life is one big adventure, and it's important to make it as bright, interesting, and full of love and adventure as possible. That's the story. I hope you enjoyed it, and perhaps it will inspire you to something new and wonderful in your life. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next adventure.
Thank you if you listened to the end. Subscribe, like, and send your stories. Bye.